It's almost as good as the connection that I have with you, my friends, whether you're watching live or after the fact. You know the drill. That fucking like button, it helps out a lot, seriously. Also, you will find timestamps in the description below, as you always do. For those of you live, we are on track to start at 10 p.m. sharp, maybe 10:01, but beyond that, you know what to do. Enjoy. Well. Look who is exactly on time, even though technically that timer did hit go. How's everyone doing? My name is Sydney. Welcome to this SydStream. I am in a good mood. I gotta say, I'm starting to see a pattern where I will say I don't have much prepared. Hey, Darth Shady. I'll say that I don't have much prepared. And then by the time we hit Stardew Valley, I've already been speaking for 45 minutes. So I'm starting to catch myself. Hello, Brad. Oh, one thing that I want to mention right out of the gate. This isn't. This is one of those things that's a big deal and also not a big deal. I've finally written some copy and added some affiliate links in the description. I won't go into detail of what they're about, but I've had these links for a while. It's just I've never taken the time to actually write shit about them. So I'm happy. I'm not sure. Like these are these are products that I use and enjoy. I love me some Roberto Blake. I love me some Richard Grove. And if you have a problem with either one of those two statements, you can sit on this. Hey, Breck. What timing? Just to actually, yeah, there's one thing that I want to just go into for a second. I want to talk about, you know, the whole dream of doing things like this full time. I wish I had more than an hour a week that I know I could consistently dedicate to a project like this. And part of that is, you know, making money off this shit. Now, my dream, the thing that I'm shooting for, the holy grail, would be to self-sponsor, which is to come up with a product or service that I can sell myself. And then at some point during this stream and these videos to actually say, hey, this stream is brought to you by me and this thing that I offer. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to say is, first of all, I don't have a product or service yet, or I don't have a clear enough idea as of this recording. Second of all, I was thinking about this. Like, my plan was to never monetize, even if I qualified for monetization. However, I realized that I would probably have to because, you know, from YouTube's standpoint, if you can recommend two videos on the same topic and one of them is making you money and the other one isn't, which one would you recommend, you know? So that's probably going to happen at some point, but that ain't happening anytime soon. Ooh, I will put, let me just slide this. No, I'm going to copy paste this into the show notes for y'all later. We are not going to watch this, but there is a Marvel series which I have referred to frequently, called Secret Empire, where Captain America basically is the head of Hydra and takes over the United States and the world. And it is the general consensus is that Secret Empire isn't very good. And I always, you know, I enjoyed it. However, there is a video that I saw, well, between last Tuesday and today, that goes into detail, making the case as to why Secret Empire actually is good. We won't watch it now. I think it's like an hour and a half long, or an hour and a half to 2 hours. I will drop that in the description below to those of you who care to watch it. But listen, I tried to prove myself wrong. I followed the data, but facts are facts, and Secret Empire was actually good. Listen, I'm trying to not be biased here, but I can only follow the data. And the data says Secret Empire is a good series. Oh, geez. Ooh. Do I have the picture for this? I knew I wanted to talk about this. Let me just get this. Okay, it's not exactly where I wanted it to, but this will work. Y'all have no idea the transformation that my apartment went through. Wait, let me just... When I realized this the other day, I was so, no. Okay, I'll fix that later. Wait. There we go. So, wait. Fun fact, the Secret Empire organization in Marvel was originally introduced as villains for the Hulk. Cool. Thank you for sharing. Usually when I say that, it's because I'm politely dismissing what you said, but I actually mean that. Thank you for sharing that. coming back to what I was about to say, y'all have no idea the transformation that this apartment that I live in and have lived in for many years has gone through. The reason I started in my kitchen, and I've shown pictures of this, was because this room was too full of clutter and just really messy and unusable as anything but the junk drawer that it already was. And when I finally cleared this place out, the messiest place in my room at that point was now my bedroom, which was full of shit, some of which was shit that was in here that I moved to my bedroom, which is still there. But over the last 2 weeks, I finally cleaned out my bedroom as well. And now the messiest place in my apartment is this half of my couch. And it's actually improved since I took this picture. But I remember one day I was walking into my bedroom, and that's when I realized, like, holy shit, there is so little clutter in my apartment compared to as little as 6 months ago. Whereas now, this is a mess. And if I had, you know what? No, that's the wrong music. This isn't festive enough. There we go. Let's celebrate. Yes. This apartment is finally livable. And it only took me a decade. All right. Enough of that. What else did I want to talk about? Thank you, Darth Shady. Goen KonMari. Wait a second. Now you're making me curious, Breck. I want to Google that real quick. Okay. It's a YouTube channel. Well, thanks for the recommendation. I'll look into it. Yeah. Another thing that I want to talk about, like, I don't really have any segments for tonight. I have like these 2 segmentoids. It's already 10 past the hour, so maybe I will end up talking for 45 minutes. Give me a sec. You know what? No, I'm gonna cover this. So real quick, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do as far as content creation goes, and something like one of the reasons why I started this live stream was because it was an excuse to create content on a regular basis. I know live streamers often get a bad rap as far as kind of being lazy, and really, compared to editing a video, it really is. Like, I will fuddle and blunder around to make a segment, and that'll take like 20 minutes or whatever, and editing that down from 20 minutes to 18 minutes will take me like 2 hours. It is kind of nuts. However, something that I have ideas for things, and some of them are not conducive to live streaming. I've tried sketchnoting many times on this channel. I would argue that the results are passable, barely, and I've come to the conclusion, for now, that there are some things that I want to present via sketchnoting, but that wouldn't be best presented during a live stream, except for the rare occasion, like with Scott Adams's 6 levels of awareness. I think I nailed that one. If I can summarize a sketch note digitally in a way that I can just break down and present on stream, I'm happy to do that. However, there are some things that I really want to, you know, massage it a lot more than I have been. And recently, I got inspiration from an artist called Akira the Don. Now, you may not have heard of him, but his shtick. Actually, you know what? Let's pull him up. I won't play any of his things, but the okay, there's no autoplay. Good. So the concept of Akira the Don is he makes music. He's a DJ, and he splices like clips from speakers speaking and puts it to music. Now, naturally, I first heard of Akira when he did Scott Adams, who I may have mentioned once or twice during the show. However, he released another album recently, and I realized last week that Akira the Don's model is could be a source of inspiration to me because he also does live streams and he produces albums, and it's not the same thing. Like when you're streaming, you're performing, like I'm doing right now, you know. Whereas an album is like a creative project that you can work on and massage and fine tune until you're ready to put it out. So I remember watching, because I wanted to see how different his live streams are from his albums. And, you know, a lot of it is him entertaining his audience between songs, and that he'll just play his own songs and whatever. But it's really an interesting concept that I will use as like a mental framework. Like the concept is really simple. I just explained it in a couple seconds, but yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Now, we will go to the first segmentoid. If someone has a phrase I could use for like, it's, you know, like facts have factoids, like a segment that isn't quite a segment. I don't know what the best phrase for that is. Let me just prepare real quick. I will clear out some tabs. I will mute my desktop audio. Good. Baby segment. Maybe. Oh, man. You. Good. Let me just do a little something. Junior segment sounds nice. It's not quite what I'm looking for, but I like it. I like it, but I won't use it. Oh, boy. All right. I haven't watched this in a while, so maybe I can get some reactions. I speak about Vaush. Well, I don't speak about Vaush as often as I used to when I started this stream back in January. Just to give you an idea, back in the day, I mentioned Vaush so much that I made this little gem because he would come up a lot. My consumption of his content has gone down over the last few months for a variety of reasons that's difficult to explain in detail. However, I stumbled across a video. The YouTube algorithm suggested something to me. And in this 1 hour, 15-minute video, Vaush dropped one of the most base takes I've heard from him. And I think this is one of the few things. Well, actually, no, that sounded dismissive. This is one of the things that you pick up when you have a diverse information diet. And I would like to play it for you. I'm just going to write down the timestamps here. Give me a sec. Ever. To this timestamp here. There we go. Okay, so I will be able to cool. So yeah, I think this little clip here, it is about 4 minutes long, and let's just listen to the truth bombs that Vaush dropped in his audience on this segment, which was, about leftist optics during protests. But again, this is good for everyone. Let's take a listen. Oh, is my volume good?
Counter-protesters. What makes them look normal is the Proud Boys getting acknowledged on the presidential debate stage by Joe Biden and by Donald Trump because their violence ends up celebrating them and throwing them to the height of media attention.
Yeah, so just to put a bit of context, in this part of this video, he was talking about the Proud Boys versus Antifa and how Proud Boys are much better at getting the type of attention that they want. And he was using the fact that they were brought up during the presidential debates as an example of this. So let's dig into why.
If it weren't for the violence that they brought upon themselves through their actions, the Proud Boys would have been nothing more than a tiny ragtag group of misogynists like white chauvinists. But they didn't, did they? They caused a lot of violence, and they got a lot of attention, and the attention they got ended up getting them the acknowledgement of the most powerful human on earth. That attention is the currency they deal in, but it's not attention we can take advantage of. Proud Boy has a leader. Proud Boy has a leader with a name that gets media attention. Does Antifa have a leader? No. Does our side of the story ever get taught? No. Do anti-fascists have strong, charismatic leaders who the media turns to get their side of the violence that happens at these protests? No.
Just to interrupt, though, it's funny. I just came to realize this now. Anti-fascists might not have a strong, charismatic leader, but I would argue that the left does. Well, actually, I wouldn't call her a leader. However, yeah, now my dirty ass couch is my fucking background picture. ContraPoints. I wouldn't call her a leader, but she is charismatic. She is very influential. Many former alt-righters cite her as being one of the first people who dragged her out. And sadly, despite the fact that, yeah, she's not a leader, even if you tried to assign her that role, she would staunchly reject it. That's the feeling I get. However, she's very influential and charismatic. And the way that the left has treated, well, the online left, or maybe a vocal minority of the online left, the way they have treated ContraPoints over the years is another way of kind of vindicating what Vaush is saying, even though, the literal thing that he was saying is that Antifa does not have a strong, charismatic leader. Let's continue.
Our organizational tactics deny us the ability to effectively play to the news outlets.
Yeah, and one thing that a nuance that's very important, which makes the point that I just made less relevant. Vaush is talking about real organization in the real world, whereas ContraPoints is an online influencer slash educator. So yeah, that's good point, Vaush. You got me. All right.
The CEO of Antifa. I'm not saying there needs to be like a leader of Antifa. I'm saying that it doesn't make us look good when there's nobody to speak for us. It allows everybody else to give us our narratives. Black Bloc shows up, they break windows, they get in a fight, and then who controls the media cycle afterwards? The Proud Boys, because they actually talk. They actually make statements to journalists. They get to frame the conversation because they're the only ones speaking. Nobody in Black Bloc is going to. First of all, because they're decentralized, and second of all, because most of Black Bloc are just, let's be real, not media savvy. Enrique Tarrio, that's his name, right? The leader of the Proud Boys, is a media trained, public speaking, uh, 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 I would almost go so far as to say genius. I think that he's really effective at public speaking. There's a reason why.
Coming from Vaush, that is very high praise. More on that once we finish this segment, because yeah, there there was a there was a serendipitous other Vaush clip that I stumbled upon a couple days ago or yesterday, which illustrates how, coming from Vaush, this is very, very high praise. Let's continue.
I would almost go so far as to say genius. I think that he's really effective at public speaking. There's a reason why he leads the Proud Boys. If one of these people gets stopped by a reporter, what do you think the odds are that one random member of Black Bloc is going to be an effective advocate for our side of things in a way which not only defends us morally but appeals to the general public? The answer is nil. It's never going to happen. And the few times that people in Black Bloc or associated with Black Bloc have talked to the media, it usually doesn't look good, does it? You guys have noticed that, right? I can't remember any specific examples, but I have yeah, like generally speaking, when the Black Bloc, any member of it, anyone Antifa-ish, they talk to like journalists, they come off like hardline demagogues. They come off.
Yeah, I Vosh knows this, and I'm sure his audience does too, which is why he's not taking the time to specify this. But I just want to remind you, Black Bloc is not an organization. Black Bloc is a tactic that you use during protests where everyone shows up dressed in black, makes them difficult to identify. So when he says when someone gets pulled from Black Bloc or whatever, he means when the media just, you know, grabs some random protester who's dressed in black for comment.
Anyone Antifa-ish, they talk to like journalists, they come off like hardline demagogues. They come off like fanatics, which they shouldn't because they're not. They're anti-fascists. The Proud Boys are fanatics, but they put effort into appearing as though they're not. When you talk to Enrique, he doesn't sound like a fanatic. I've seen him talk publicly. I saw him on Tim Pool Live, right before I went on Tim Pool Live. That guy does not sound like the leader of the Proud Boys. He sounds like a calm advocate for a set of reasonable positions that most Americans would agree with. He comes off a little bit like chauvinist and like frat boy-y, but that's kind of a part of the appeal. And a lot of Americans like frat boys. So
one could say that Vaush comes off as a frat boy, and that's definitely part of his appeal too. Yeah. The left eat their children. ContraPoints has been canceled twice. Canceled 3 times, Breck. There was a more recent incident on this that happened a couple days ago. So yes, you have the right idea. You are more right than you realize. Let me just finish reading your chat. She did a great segment on cancellation. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, there is a more recent ContraPoints cancellation that we will not get into within this segment. But if you watch live on Tuesday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern, Or watch the VOD, I guess. We were probably going to cover that. All right, let's go back to Vaush. There's about a minute left to this segment.
He works. It works for him.
Wait, let's rewind a bit.
Boys. So,
wait.
Part of the appeal. And a lot of Americans like frat boys. So, he works. It works for him. You understand what I'm saying? I hope you understand my perspective now that I'm trying to frame it a little bit more coherently and not just yelling at chat. That these are all things we have to take into consideration when it comes to effectively advocating for what we believe in. The context of this is going to change depending on whether you're in America or Europe. There's a ton of stuff that goes into this, many complexities. But as a general rule, I will always favor appealing to normies as a general virtue, because if you can't do that, you can't win political favor. It's not possible to win political favor if you can't appeal to normies, you know? And if you can't win political favor, you lose attendance, you don't get as many people on your side, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. Have you watched Philosophy Tube's video on Antifa? Yes.
So, yeah, that is the clip. It's all about the hearts and minds of the normies. Now, that part, I'm sure most people watching this already knew intuitively, but having Vaush critique how typically bad leftists are at, I'm talking hard online leftists specifically, but to a lesser extent that applies to the left in general. But the way that Vaush critiqued the left on that is valuable to everyone. Now I'm curious to know more about the third ContraPoints cancellation. Patience, my friend. So, yeah, one of the things that I wanted to mention when Vaush was talking about how appealing to the hearts and minds of normies is dependent on all sorts of different factors involving like which subsector of the normies that you're talking about. Like, this is the next clip that I'm going to play is an illustration of how masterful Vaush is at rhetorics. And I can understand how people can take this as a sign that he's not trustworthy. And I think there's value to that. However, with proper intellectual self-defense, I think that it's easy to filter that because the cues that he is using to adapt his language are typically clear to everyone with eyes to see and who's paying attention to this. Now, this other clip that I want to show. Wait, is this from the same stream? No, he's wearing different t-shirts. That would have been funny. But again, this is the YouTube algorithm served this up to me. And this is an example of how Vaush is unconsciously competent at rhetoric. And I just found it really funny. The context of this is this was streamed shortly after Alex Jones was on the Timcast the latest time. And he's talking about how he had an opportunity to be on the Timcast with Alex Jones. I will play this and we'll comment in a sec.
Don't get me wrong. I would be delighted to talk with Alex Jones IRL sometime. I actually had a chance to once, but it was at the height of the COVID pandemic. So one of these days we'll talk to Alex Jones. I'm going to go full on pro-America over there is what I'm going to do. Okay. Yeah, brother. Yeah, I took the Trump vaccine to get rid of the Chinese virus. Goddamn right I did. Don't know what it is with all these traitors that are furthering the destruction of America by letting this bioweapon from Wuhan ravage our cities and our frogs, you know? I'll go full on. I'll do it. Absolutely.
The thing that blows me away about this clip is that I'm pretty sure he's just riffing, and that all these ways of spinning the unfortunately partisan discussion that vaccination is in a way that would kind of fuck with a right-winger's brain. I don't think that this is calculated. I think he's just riffing. Now, it's possible that he's thought about it so much that that's why he's so seamlessly summoning these things up. But that fucking blew my mind. And that illustrates both why I love Vaush and why I have to have my intellectual game up when I watch him, which is part of the joy that I enjoy with him also. I think if we were to summarize this in one sentence is be mindful of how you come off. I think all across the political spectrum, no matter what the conversation is, if you are not aware of how you're coming off, it is needlessly difficult to accomplish your goals. Just to come back to what Vaush was saying initially, I'm sure that there are people like who participate in Black Bloc protests who would be genuinely surprised to see how uncomfortable some random normie would be showing up in the middle of this oh man, that's an unfortunately small picture. There we go. Showing up in the middle of this. Let's open a new tab. Here. So it might not be the goal, but you know, if Susie Smith with her 2.5 children is would be uncomfortable showing up at a protest with these people, I don't think it should be a surprise to anyone. So in short, be mindful of how you come off. I hope I came off well. If you like this video, thank you so much for watching, and click on the card right here to watch the next one. I'll see you soon. Now. All right, now that all the segment people are gone, for my true homies over here, let's take a look into ContraPoints' most recent cancellation. I was not planning on talking about this, so it's gonna take me a little while to find it because she deleted the tweets, but there are screenshots out there. Give me a sec. It's funny if you Google ContraPoints canceled, that's going to yield too many results. The right by its nature is ethnocentric. The Proud Boys motto is Western chauvinism. Cultural relativism is a hard pill to swallow. That last sentence, I'm not sure what you mean by cultural relativism. Cultural relativism is a hard pill to swallow. What do you mean by that, Brett? Can you please clarify while I look for the screenshot that I'm looking for? Let me put some music for y'all. Whoa, that's way too hot. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. It was in the red for a while, so RIP headphone users. Sorry about that. All right. I'm just going to read the initial tweet. This started a whole discourse, and she, after deleting it, she later posted other tweets clarifying. I love her so much. I love her so much. All right. So, yeah. Whoops. When I say that this happened recently, this was tweeted on Saturday. So this is the tweet that set leftist Twitter ablaze and got ContraPoints. Well, of the cancellations, this is the softest one. There's no way she didn't know there's no way she didn't know what she was doing. But hey, this is the tweet. Gen Z queer people are hard to figure out. They're like, I'm an asexual slut who loves sex. You don't have to be trans to be trans. Casual reminder that heterosexuality doesn't make your gayness any less valid. So, yeah, that coming from someone like ContraPoints, a lot of people were upset with that. And again, if you want to dig deep into the drama of this, I invite you to search for ContraPoints Gen Z. That's how I found it. Yeah. This happened on Saturday, so it's normal that you weren't aware of that, Breck. But yes. Now, this is... There's... Wow, I can't even speak. There's an aspect of this which is obvious, like self-deprecating, poking fun at your own and shit like that. But yeah, this didn't work out well for her. We're tied to our own cultures, can't accept the other. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, the ContraPoints thing is breaking news. Here I am browsing on Twitter as if I was alone. Let me just, first of all, y'all have no business seeing that. Second of all, this happened during the segment and it really bugs me. Let me just, actually, might as well do this so you can see what I'm doing. Photos. I accidentally dragged my messy couch into Momentum, so I fucking hate this. Actually, this was my background. While I'm on the subject of Momentum, I realized like I should really add myself a S&P 500 ticker, because that's a ticker that I don't monitor as closely as I would like to, and it's very relevant in these trying and uncertain times. I will do that later. Can you imagine if I took the time to do that on stream? That would be disrespectful. Okay, listen. I don't even know I'm recording this. I don't have that much to say about this, but before we head into Stardew Valley, I just want to talk about the latest string of Project Veritas videos. Man, it is really annoying to me how it's really annoying to me to watch the hype that surrounds particularly the FDA whistleblower. Wait. This guy. I'm not gonna play the video, but man, even the way they fucking frame it, Project Veritas exposes FDA official. You've undoubtedly, well, whether you've seen this video or not is actually irrelevant. However, this guy, this is a teaser video. Let me find the actual one because the thumbnail was different. There it is. So this one here that I'm highlighting, this is 12 minutes of some guy at the FDA making obvious jokes about blow darting people. And it is crazy how, yes, there is one clip of him admitting that vaccine registries are kind of, you know, this period in history that I won't name, but that he does and is symbolized in the thumbnail. Like, it blows my mind how much of a big deal was made out of this when this guy is clearly a nothing burger. Let me just give you an example of what I mean. Wait, hey. Let me just give you an example here. I have prepared screenshots. Actually, let me clear up these tabs here. Yeah, n'importe quoi. That was some French for y'all. There we go. So just in the again to save my precious CPU and my precious bandwidth, I took screenshots before starting. Just in the title, you see how it says Taylor Lee Food and Drug Administration. This guy is clearly a nobody. When you compare that to back in CNN, why didn't they write Charlie Chester CNN? I mean, he's a CNN employee, right? The fact that they the more specific the title that they show, the bigger the deal it is that he the more influential you can assume that this guy is, and the more relevant this person's opinions could be presumed to be to the topic at hand. So this guy, he's just some schmuck. Has anyone ever had a job? It's like any company with more than like 10 or 15 employees is going to have that nobody that like, hey, Charlie, yeah, don't listen to what Charlie says. Charlie doesn't know what he's talking about. It's a miracle he hasn't been fired yet. Like, everyone has their Charlie. And for all we know, Taylor Lee here might be the FDA's Charlie. One thing is for sure, if he had anything to do with like actual policy, they would have put his damn title. And there are clips like this, like the more recent Johnson and Johnson whistleblowers, like they put scientist. Do you know how vague scientist is? Like, Johnson and Johnson does a whole bunch of stuff. Yes, it's fine that a scientist at Project Veritas has, I forget what he was saying about the vaccines, but if he was like head of vaccine development at Johnson and Johnson, you better damn believe that's what they would have put instead of scientist. And same for this guy, business lead. That sounds like it sounds like a sales position, honestly. But yeah, it is like we've hit about 90% of what I have to say on this recent string of Project Veritas videos. It's baffling. It's a nothing burger. I remember when I watched this FDA whistleblower, I watched it the night it came out, and I remember while I was watching, I'm like, yeah, this looks bad on video, but he's obviously joking. I mean, shit. 90% of this video is blow dart memes. And I remember when I finished the video, I said, that's it, out loud. Yeah. Again, it's this speaks to the confirmation bias that can come, like when you're cheering for your side and booing the other side. I don't know. I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. And as predicted, it is 10:45 and we're going to play Stardew Valley. All right. I've spent too much on this Project Veritas shit already. Which Timba on Toast? Huh? Watch Timba on Toast on James O'Keefe and Project Veritas. They're foolish. Yes. Thank you for. I watched a clip. It wasn't clear to me whose documentary was spliced into this, but I was recently watching a Destiny video where there were clips of a documentary on Project Veritas' shady tactics. One can only assume that it's Timba on Toast, so thank you, Breck. I will definitely look that up. Yeah, I've seen other Timba on Toast videos. Let me just fuck. You know what? I'll just remember for later. Ooh, I know what. on toast. I just added it to my show notes, so I'll know to check back later. All right. Let's close some tabs and leave my browser open and play some Stardew Valley. Where are my notes? Here you go. As I mentioned last week, the only reason why I'm leaving my browser open is because I did some fishing research. And if it's a lucky day, there's at least one fish that I'll be able to fish for. And I would like to. Oh, in my defense, I know I say this every week, but I really did end up having more to say on Vaush than I thought. The junior segment turned out to be a full-on segment, so that's a nice case of serendipity. And it's not time sensitive, so I don't have to feel pressure to edit it tonight, because I want to get up at 7 tomorrow. Keep that streak going. All right. And I'm going to add note card to my checklist, because had I had one of these in hand when I started the stream, I wouldn't have had to interrupt to write down notes. All right. So, nothing special today. Penny's not on her cushion. Hit my boy. Welcome to Kozu 5. It's going to rain all day tomorrow. Welcome back to Warwick's Oracles. The spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed. So we are not fishing today. And June isn't even sitting up. So that's that. Now Penny's not here, which means she actually did something useful. Let's see how useful it is. Wait, she's not even... What? Ah, there she is. This is a lot more peaceful than my old spot in town. I'm very happy here. Aw. Yeah, I can't kiss her here. She's too enchanted by whatever book she's reading. All right. Since it's I have some bad news. Since today is an unlucky day, and I haven't played since last time, y'all are gonna have to watch me tile the fucking trees, you know, the ground around my trees. I'm doing that today. Let's plant some cabbage and catch some trout. Why do I have a feeling that's a double entendre, Brad? All right. Beautiful. Crops watered. Might as well pet doggy. All right. Yeah, that's it. Fifth room from the right. I don't know what that means. Oh, wait. There's a... Okay, I missed more chat, so I will read that. To have context, how can I understand the third line in a dialogue? I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. There's something fishy with these pigs. I could have sworn... Like, why are only 2 of them? This might have to do with a lack of grass in here. Okay, yeah, this is a little small. I think I'm gonna plant some grass. Through the miracle of warping, one of my pigs found a truffle on the other side of the fence. All right. Oh yeah, let's make some mayonnaise and all that shit. Good. Okay. Oh yes, I missed one right here. Hey, I'm actually leaving my farm. You skipped a patch of crops. Oh, thank you for noticing. Can you be a bit more specific to guide me back to it? There, grass. Fifth from the right. Okay, that's what you meant. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna buy 50. That should be enough for now. I don't care enough about the villagers to even talk to them. If you were Doctor Who, then you'd have no trouble understanding the entire dialogue just from the third line. The funny thing is, I don't know Doctor Who enough to get that joke. I'm sure that's like a really deep cut. Oh shit, I missed the entire thing. Holy shit. Can you imagine how disappointed I would have been to wake up tomorrow to an entire plot of dead crops? Thank you so much. Holy shit, that was a very costly mistake you just avoided me. Thanks. All right. Where's my horse? There it is. Oh yeah, I'm gonna plant some grass. I suspect that the trough is half empty because of this. I'm literally repeating myself, but man, one of these days I'm gonna completely reorganize this fucking area here. Yeah, you see? Anyway. I don't care. No matter what I do with the grass, there's like, there's an entire like Reddit post with diagrams and shit like that on how to plant your grass so that as the animals graze, they'll graze on one side and then grass will grow back on the other side, and it's just like this never-ending cycle. And that's what I keep trying to set that up in here. But because of this fucking thing right here, this whole little closed off area, it fucks up the entire thing. And I end up with like one patch of grass in the corner here. I should reorganize this whole thing. But not now. You know what time it is? We've stalled long enough. You see, first of all, I'm gonna take this back. And this right here is an example of the kind of thing I want to avoid. Okay. I'm gonna make more. Ah, jeez, this is nothing. This mushroom cave is as bountiful as Project Veritas's latest stream of videos. That's how nothing that harvest was. What a waste. Let me just hype it up. How can we hype this up? The common man's mushroom representing the middle mushroom. It's the mushroom of the people. Now I just need an out of context quote from that mushroom and I can hype it up. Hey, later, Breck. Might as well sell these now. While Sydney Rock was sleeping, raking in the millions, these mushrooms were working hard for the people. I'm really not good at this, but yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, let's make 50 for now. Actually, I just realized if I make too much, I can just sell them. I'm sure. Whoops. Okay. So we have cordoned off the area. Where are you? This here. And let's just clear everything. All right, I'm gonna harvest this so I can pave it over. Wow, I actually saw my chickens go in. This is actually a lot easier than I thought it would be. All right, let's make some more. Okay, let's keep at it. Wait. Good. Okay, shit, there's some things missing here for sure. Wait, why is... What? Is there something here? Fuck. Oh. There we go. So you can't place pavement on hoed land. I think I got everything. Let me just... Okay, the fact that I ran out is proof that there is still some pavement to lay. Gravel path. Nope. Yeah, I was doing this. There we go. Now I have 48. Okay. So I only missed 2. And the worst case, if ever there are more, well, I'll solve those in time. Actually, no. Horsey, you're close enough. Let's do this. I'm not taking any credit to remember to shut the barn doors because I had a visual reminder in the sense of the chickens like actually walking into their coop. So yeah, no credit for Sydney. All right. It's already 9 p.m. Oh, my final fish pond is ready. I have no idea what I'm gonna fill it with, but whoops. What's I gonna do? Good. In goes, whoops, not that. Might as well pick the eggplant. Are these ready? No, they're not. Okay. Neither are my kegs. You know what? I know I say this a lot, folks, but I have time. And this time I'm unironic. It's not even midnight yet, so I actually do have time to collect some hard wood. I love getting some hard wood at night. Whoops. This here. Hey, the common man's mushroom. Oh, really? I'm full. The common man won't catch a break. This is Biden's America. Biden's America that serves only to serve the mushroom elites. Yes, yes, yes. One of these days, I'm going to spend a significant amount of the day away from the farm, and I don't mean in the desert for the skull cavern. That doesn't count. And again, next lucky day, we're going to fish for sure, because actually, I can show you my notes. I mean, what time is it? Yeah, it's 11:03. Okay, so this. What else? This. This. Where is it? Oh yeah. You know what? I'm gonna keep these just in case I actually did miss a spot. Everything else. What about this? Oh. I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but jade is very important. So these little things are now producing jade. It is 1 a.m. So let's just restock the fridge. It'd be funny if Doggy was in the way. All right, these truffles will have to wait till tomorrow. All right. Hey, with 50 minutes to spare. All right. How much money did I make without even trying? $9,000 with no effort, while the common man's mushroom suffers. I don't know if I'm spinning left wing or right wing. It's funny. Before I let you go, let me just show you what notes I have. Let's do this and exit to desktop, so we don't need this anymore. So these are my notes. So basically, the fish that I have left, it is the fall. So tilapia during the fall, any weather at the ocean. So the next the next lucky day, I'm gonna get this, and if it's raining in the fall, then I have other options. But tilapia, actually, it will be raining tomorrow. So if it's raining, and I'm lucky, if this happens to be on stream, I'll remember to do that. So those are my notes. You know what this music means. Thank you so much. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. I have yet to wrap up the final call to action, but I'll just wish you good night later.